Hi guys, Mandy here. This is my first makeup tutorial and I thought I'd do one of my favourite styles, which is vintage. So I've given you kind of example here, a similar style of doing the eyes first. I find it a lot easier because I tend to touch the face while I'm doing my makeup, and also, like if you're doing, say, like a really dark smoky, you might get a bit of fallout, and if you don't know how to control it, it's a lot easier to have nothing on your face, so then you can just wipe it. So first, what you want to do when I do any makeup, I'll prep the face first. So get a little bit of prep and prime. So that's probably one of the best primers out. So normally I would just kind of pop that in the center. You can apply it with your hands, so you don't really need to use a brush. Just like that. You want to concentrate it in the T-zone where you're going to get more oily, because what primer does is just controls the oils in your skin. So wherever you get more oily on the forehead, nose, the T-zone they call it, I often will apply it on a client with a brush like this. This is a MAC Duo Fiber, the small one, and that will just really like buff into the skin like that. I've already moisturised, so make sure you just hydrate your face. Another good thing for that is Fix Plus spray. So if we just lightly spray that, you can do that before and after your makeup, and it will just keep your skin hydrated so your makeup lasts longer. Okay, so my makeup tends to last a really long time on me, but some people not so much. It depends on your eye shape and how oily the socket gets. So another really good product is your eye paint. You can get eye paints in a tube or something kind of like that, and they will give your eyeshadow something to adhere to on your eye, and it will last a lot longer. So again, you can apply this with a brush, but I prefer to just pop it on the lid with your finger. Just get a nice even coverage. You only need the smallest amount. If you use too much, it would tend to build up and get a bit flaky. Just like that. That's a really nude one. You can get lots of colours. I'll get my kind of main base colour. So in this instance, I'm using a matte colour called Brulee, which is, as you can see on this side, just a really nice creamy matte. So if we pop that there, like that, on that part of the eye, and I'll get my fluffy brush. So this is a MAC 217. You'll use that for everything. And a good crease colour is Wedge. So if you pop that in the socket, that kind of motion, little circles. See, what I like to do is I like to throw a little bit of another colour in there. So there's a beautiful kind of purple that you can get from MAC called Tracks, that purple one there. And I'll pop a little bit of that in there, and that just gives extra depth to the shadow. If you want to even make it darker again, get your applicator brush and then pop a bit of darker brown in there. I've gone with Mystery. Then I'll probably get a smaller brush and just follow the same colours underneath the eye. A Fix Plus on my brush, and pop a little bit of pigment. I'm going to use a tan pigment, and just pop that on the inner there as a little highlight, just to give it a bit of a pop. I wet my brush, got a bit of Naked pigment, which is a really beautiful neutral pigment, good for weddings, and pop that on the centre part of the lid. So now you've done all your shadow, a real vintage thing to do is you keep the bottom quite naked, and then you get a white liner and do your inner. I do this every day regardless of what style I'm doing, because I like my eyes to look more open, more alert. It almost gives the impression, once it kind of waters down a little bit as the day goes on, it gives the impression that the white of your eye is bigger than it really is. I actually personally prefer more kind of cake liners, so they're kind of, this is a Makeup Forever one. As you can see, I've used it to death. But yeah, so it's a cake liner that you activate with water. So even a bit of Fix Plus, can't stress you enough how good Fix Plus is. And just mix that so it kind of becomes a bit of a paste. Now with your eye, a good way to do it is to go to the corner of your eye and map out where you want your kind of tick to go. So I usually go to the end and wing it out a little bit like that, and get your tip back on there. And glide across the eye like that. I like to bring mine in quite thick and then go to quite thin. Eyebrows. As you can see, I like mine really defined. Mine are a bit of a funny colour. You gotta tend to match your own hair colour. So I've got a bit of a red in my hair at the moment, so that's why I've added a little bit of a eyeshadow to mine. And you can do this with any colour really. If you get a bit of an angle brush, and see I'm using a purple, and kind of fill in your eyebrow lightly. MAC has quite a good selection for eyebrows. And again, you don't have to make it too angular like me. And I like to draw mine out to meet, the rule of thumb is kind of from the nostril to there. So mine are quite angular, quite rounded. Eyebrows, don't be scared of them. They really finish off the makeup. It takes a little bit to get used to, but once you start trying it, I get customers and they hate it and they want me to wipe them out with foundation. But really, you should embrace your eyebrows. They're beautiful. They finish off your face. So now we're pretty much finished with the eye. Mascara. You could do a beautiful like half lash with this. And then my favourite part, this is Soft and Gentle. It's a highlight powder. It's my favourite thing in the whole world. I like to even use this as my highlight on my brow. So I just pop it up there